Figured I'd go live. I'm just sitting in my car waiting for my daughter to get out of dance. So I've got like, I don't know, about 40 minutes. Figured I'd come on and hang out. See if anyone's out here in YouTube land. I'll wait for a few minutes. See if anyone jumps on. It's supposed to get cold in Michigan next week. It's going to be, hey, what's up, Tiff? You know I got you. Yeah, I know you do. Hey, what's up, Ant Dog? It's been a while, man. How you been? How's IT world going? Hopefully you still got your job. I know there's been a lot of layoffs lately. I've been doing pretty good. I made it through a transition at my company, so that's pretty good. Got a promotion. Oh yeah, you're on your way to Michigan? That's great. That's cool. You coming out here for business or vacation maybe? It is really pretty out here. It's probably peak colors. It's been beautiful. I've been wanting to get out and do a few more videos. I just haven't had time to get my rollerblades out and do more fall colors. How do I sound and how's the lighting? Is it okay? Let's see here. Trying to get that. There we go. Sometimes that light's got an angle just right. But yeah, I was saying I did get a promotion at my company through this transition, so that's been going pretty good. And yeah, I've been doing a little bit more traveling out to Dallas. Um, that's pretty easy flight, only 2 hours. So, how's your week going, Tiff? You've been hustling on YouTube quite a bit, doing lots of lives, tons of videos from last month. It's beautiful. My position is solid. I'm in healthcare, and it's only 3 engineers, plus I'm the only one that's implemented a successful AI solutions. That is job security, man. If you're the only one that knows an AI solution and you've implemented it, that's a pretty good deal. I would stick with that. Oh, I was asking, are you coming to Texas? I'm in Houston. Yeah, I've been out to Dallas a few times, but Houston, I think, is like, what, a 4 or 5 hour drive from there? Yeah, that's good, Tiff. Trying to get these hours in. What are you at? What's your hours? I think last time you mentioned you were at like 1.6, was it? I can't remember what you said. Yeah, Houston's crazy, man. There's so many freeways in Houston. I haven't been out there in years. 3 hours away? Hey, maybe if my company takes a trip down there, that'd be cool. 1750? Man, that's tough to get up to. I mean, it's doable. You're getting like 9 people on your live streams, like between 5 and 9. And if they all stay on, right? If you do an hour live stream, if you do an hour live stream a night, and if, like, let's say 5 on average stay for the whole live stream, that's 5 hours. You're subscribed to her too, Ant Dog? That's sweet. Yeah, we got to try to support her, try to get her hours up there. But yeah, if you could do 5 hours a night, I did the math when I did this whole project, starting this YouTube channel. 10 hours a day times 365, you're at 3,600 hours. Oh, that David video did pretty well for you. What was the hours on that? I was curious. Maybe like 20 hours or something. I haven't seen the views. I haven't seen what YouTube is broke. You got that right, man. You try to give good content, and they just favor the misery, doom is gloom, rage bait, all that stuff, like that video I said. That's what they favor. Conspiracy theories, red pill feminism, all that jazz. Views did well for you. That's good. Yeah, I got a reply too. I don't know if you watched my video. Was it yesterday on 100 views in less than 24 hours? Yeah, that's good. Usually that's an indicator like your video will keep going usually if you get 100 views in less than 24 hours. Oh, you got 8 hours on it? Um, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Tiff, Tiff, are you taking clips from your lives and putting them on TikTok and point the traffic back to YouTube? That's an interesting strategy, Ant Dog. I haven't been doing that. I probably should. I probably should like just do some shorts for TikTok and then just point them back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, that algorithm on TikTok, man, if you get on it, you're gonna get a lot of people watching your channel. You're getting like 20 people on the live, Tiff. That's really good. 20 hours or 20 people? Oh, so listen to this. The video, I think it was yesterday I released. I can't remember. I released so many dang videos. I'm sure you guys are getting sick of them. But where I said you need 500,000 views. Oh, 20 hours. Okay. Where you need 500,000 views to make a living on YouTube. Well, I mentioned Dapper Dev, which I'm subscribed to. He's kind of a red pill slash general, kind of problems that are going on in society. And he's big. He's got like 50, 60,000 subscribers. And he said he's doing about 1 million views a month, 1.2 million or something like that. And he's making only like 6K a month on that. Now that's great money. It's still pretty good, but man, that is a lot of views for 6K. And his whatever it is, rate per 1,000 views was way less than 12, which is what I was getting on my channel. So, and he said his channel is more like the Jerry Springer side of YouTube. So he's going to get lower rates in general, but he's making 6K a month, which is pretty nice. That's a strategy I want you to implement in 2026. Dan, especially you with your AI talks. Tiff, your content will gain traffic. Your topics are in the algo for sure. Yeah, the strategy of posting TikToks and then pointing them back to YouTube. Yeah, that's probably a good added strategy to my channel. I agree. I do have a TikTok account. I posted like 1 or 2 videos, but I couldn't even get like 2 or 3 views, but that was like 8-12 months ago. I'm definitely better in front of a camera. I probably could belt some specific shorts out for TikTok and just really maybe here's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll just do rage baiters for TikTok and point them back to my YouTube channel. AI rage bait, right? Cliffhangers, yes. Yeah, just give them a snippet that's more of the rage bait. Do you, Tiff? You got a good amount of TikTok followers, huh? And say, see the full video here. Put YouTube channel here. Yeah. And just put the text of the YouTube channel right in the video, right at the end or somewhere in there, right? I'll go look on TikTok and see if there's anyone doing a similar strategy. I'm sure there's probably plenty of people who do. I could do the same for X. I do have a few followers on X. Why are you out in the cold in the car? I'm waiting for my daughter. She's in dance for, I think, probably another half hour. I got to make sure yeah, I got time. I got almost 45 minutes. It's not cold yet. It's actually pretty comfortable in the car, but usually it will. I think it's supposed to snow Monday, and then I'll have to keep the car on, keep the heat going. And a link, yeah, I can put a link in the maybe title. I can't remember how TikTok works. No, I'm not driving. I wouldn't drive and live stream. I'd be too messed up with that. I just couldn't pull that one off. You can. You've been doing pretty good on that, Tiff. I missed your live this morning. I was busy in a meeting, but I caught it right at the end. You were like sticking your headphones on or something like that. How's it going, Tracy? How's the you're in like a warmer weather climate, aren't you? Or are you in the Pacific Northwest? I can't remember. Thought you were in California, which is usually pretty nice year round. And dog, you never get the cold weather down in Houston. Rarely. Yeah, here's my light, Tiff. See this little Osmo Pocket 3 little holder? But I couldn't get my Osmo Pocket 3 to do a live stream. It requires a Wi-Fi connection, so I'm just going with the phone. You're originally from Cleveland and don't miss those snowstorms, not one bit. I'm 2 years and a month living in Houston. Nice. That's kind of nice, man. Like I wouldn't argue coming back. I mean, it is very cold here and for about 6 months of the year. Oh yeah, you're down in Virginia. That's right, Tracy. You're originally from California. Yeah, Virginia, at least you probably only get what, 3 months of the cold, maybe 4. Here we at least get a good 6 months. It starts to warm up, earlier in the spring for you guys down in Virginia, probably. Yeah, I'd like to get out to California again. Let's see. Sometimes, let's see. Get a reflection of my light. Come on. Live stream in the dark. It's never easy. That's weird. I had a good exposure there on the camera. Oh, that's weird. Hey, Jacob. You're from the Iowa? That's cool. I've never been to Iowa. Lots of cornfields, I suspect. I think I've always flown over the plain states. Always looking on the plain, you see the circle crops and all that. I'm sure it's going to get cold there soon. I think we're supposed to get snow Sunday, so I got to rake my leaves and get all that together. I've already raked like 4 or 5 times. I got to rake again. The leaves just keep coming. It's nonstop living in the woods. What about you, Jacob? You got a lot of trees out there that you got to rake up the leaves for in the fall? You guys lose the leaves too, Tracy, down there in Virginia? I think you do. Pretty sure you guys do. Ant Dog's got palm trees probably down in Houston. I can't remember what's down there, but no snow, I don't think. I know they had that ice storm, though, a few years back in Texas. So, Dan, quick question. As a vet in the game that I'm currently playing, how are you learning AI tools? And are you buying subscriptions for your PC to practice with? Good question. I'm about to buy a subscription to Cursor. If you're familiar with that, it's an IDE development tool that wraps around VS Code, and you simply prompt it inside of your IDE, and it just automatically like manipulates your code, and then you can either keep or remove the changes that the AI makes. Yeah, you guys do get hurricanes. How else am I learning AI? I'm having conference calls with GCP, Google Cloud representatives. I had one this Tuesday, and they want to get me set up on, well, they used to call it Agent Space, but now they're calling it Gemini Enterprise. Okay, so if you look up Gemini Enterprise, you'll probably get some information on that. It's part of GCP, so if you log into the console, you'll see this Gemini Enterprise probably somewhere in there, and it's where you can create these agents, and they've got all these samples and templates. And tomorrow, I keep getting these emails from Google Cloud. Yep, I'm familiar with it, but VS Code does the same thing. I burnt my free trial out with Cursor. Yeah, you burn it out real quick, and then they give you more tokens at the end of each month. What was I going to say with that? Yeah, you probably need to get a subscription to Cursor if you really want to use it quite a bit, because you'll burn through tokens, especially if you use the top Claude 3.5 model, is it? I can't remember what model it is that burns through your tokens real quick. If you go with the ChatGPT 5 model, it's way less tokens as far as that's concerned. But I'm on like Google Cloud's email list or something, and they send me these like little classes. I even went to an Agent Space Live seminar in downtown Detroit. I just sign up for these things when I get the emails. So tomorrow, well, for 2 days, I'm gonna do this remote agent space or remote AI agent certification or something like that. It's free, but I gotta be in the whole day of meetings, or not meetings, but of this class. And unfortunately, I've got this meeting at like 3 o'clock, so I gotta somehow like keep my laptop open at this meeting and be in that class and still listen to it on my headphones. I don't want to miss out on too much, because I do want to learn more about these AI agents and what Google has to offer. I've I've been building my AI tool that I'm going to form a business around with Claude. Yes. Did you see my video this morning on what was your ideas are your limitation in this world when it comes to AI. I think that was the biggest takeaway that I got from this AI agent space. Is they said this numerous times. Your ideas are your limitation in this world when it comes to AI, because you can literally just have a conversation back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to get the answers you need to build any sort of technology. I just think that's amazing. And I mean, you could apply it to YouTube, you could apply it to marketing, you could apply it to just about anything that you're doing, you know? I mean, I know that creators like, Tiff, myself, many other creators, we're using AI to get ideas for content and all that. But for coders, this thing it's hands down just a game changer for most senior developers. Dang, you missed the race to certification 2025 by Oracle. I ended up being certified with the Oracle AI agents for their Fusion platform. Wow, I didn't know. Well, I know Oracle's in the AI space, but I didn't know they have like something called the Fusion platform. I just want to build a tool that makes money at this point. Don't we all? Don't we all, man? I tell you what, if you can make a tool that just generates some income, that's the key. My little tool for generating income, if you haven't seen my videos, has been selling options. I'm doing pretty well. I've sold, I don't know, maybe I've done like 8 or 9 trades, selling options, put options, and covered calls. And so far, over 4 months, I'm at $12,000 in profit. Now that's using up around 250,000 in cash. So I got to have cash on the sidelines to be able to do that. But it's pretty good money so far. This is not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. This is just what I'm doing. Now, as far as Oracle, okay, if you probably know about Oracle since you're involved in it. If you saw their stock, it went all the way up to like 340. It spiked up there due to like some AI news, and then it's just been fading all the way down and down and down. Now it's down to $250 a share. So I decided, man, I'm going to sell some puts on Oracle. So I sold 2 contracts like 2 or 3 days ago at 245 strikes. And then I sold one yesterday again at 245. I got a little more premium out of it. And so I'm involved in Oracle. I've got like 300 shares on the line with these contracts that expire in 3 weeks. So it's about $2,000 in premium that I'm hoping expires worthless so I can collect all that premium and not have to buy the shares. Do I still watch Jeremy Financial Education? Here and there I do, especially if I'm involved in a stock. Like I think he had a video on AMD's earnings from yesterday. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm planning on watching that if I get some time. But I don't watch them as much. It's just because, like, I don't know. I just haven't been interested in buying new positions. I do, if I am looking into new positions, I'll catch up on his channel and see what he's interested in. I've been seeing these little snot-nosed punks, 20 to 30, generating a million monthly recurring revenues by copying an existing app and rebadging it. I'm not hating, I'm just hungry. Yeah, totally true, man. Like I see it too on Twitter. I'll see these MRR guys, and I don't know if it's for real, but they seem to be making a ton of monthly revenue. Let's see here. Yeah, I yeah, 20 to 23. They know their stuff too. The young 20-year-olds, they're just like diving in with AI. They've probably got like Cursor, XAI, whatever tools they're using. They're just building these apps and just making bank every month, 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month or whatever. A lot of these guys too, if you don't know Ant Dog, is they they make these apps that are just API apps. These AI generated API apps that they just host on the cloud somewhere on a cloud run server or whatever. And yeah, that's how they're making money, just selling APIs. And probably some AI slop here and there, right? Probably some uh, facade to sorry, probably some facade to Chat GPT, right? A wrapper around Chat GPT. That's how they're making their money, guaranteed. Which maybe I should look into. I don't know. I just, man, doing YouTube and regular day job, it's just a lot of work to start up another project. Do I feel like doing that? I don't know. I've also got this social media app. It's called soulmomentsclub.com. It does work. I've got it linked up with all the payment providers. It's like $5 a month for a social media, kind of like Facebook, but no sharing into it. I just haven't had time to market it and, put together kind of a marketing campaign for it. I could, promote it on my channel more often. I got to just figure out the right pitch for that platform. But it's kind of nice because there's no ads on it. You can't share like garbage news articles. You can't share anything into the platform. You just post pictures and videos, that kind of thing. Yeah, the guy said he's using Claude. Yeah. Uh-huh. That thing is, that model's remarkable. Another question. So I'm targeting small businesses. I'm aiming to make my tool modular so I can keep my costs low. What would be that headache? Yeah, I guess it depends on how specific of a tool that you're generating, that you're making, or how generic it is. The more generic you go, um, the more everyone's going to want something custom out of it. That's always the thing. Like if you go targeted, meaning the software only does a specific function, then your scope is real narrow, right? If you go real generic with some tool, then your scope's real wide. So that can kind of become a problem from a support perspective. Revenue and inventory. So you're gonna have like physical inventory, like computers and stuff that you host your platform on. That's where you want to be pretty specific and just be careful making too many SKUs when it comes to inventory. Excuse me. My business has kind of that problem. We have a lot of SKUs, almost too many. I'm always telling my business owners, like, guys, lower the SKU count, because it adds risk when you're buying a ton of inventory of something. Are you trying to build like cloud apps or on-prem software applications with hardware? Yeah, let me know. Later, Tracy. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. You have a great night. Yeah, man. Oh, that's your okay. No, that is my topic. My AI agents, along with the code, will be focused on revenue and AI and inventory AI forecast tool. Okay, okay. I'm aiming to make my tool modular. Right. I assume that your tool um, is maybe connecting to a database or something like that in order for it to do some forecasting. Yeah, I mean, you could have. Here's what I would maybe do is start with like a wrapper piece of software. It's like a daemon. If you don't know what a daemon is, it's like this really simple piece of software that launches the little modules running tandem with each other. So you run the daemon. It's got a GUI or something like that, like a web GUI. And so that daemon manages each module because then you could sell each module um, one at a time. You could license each one. Like maybe the daemon has 5 modules, but your customers only want to buy 2 of them or all of them, right? Maybe that's the way you could do it. And if you tied those in with AI, maybe, then you could pick the model and then you could charge based on the model, similar to Claude, right? That's how, or it's similar to Cursor. That's how Cursor works. Is they're tying tokens to a particular model. So maybe that's what you're trying to accomplish. Have a little wrapper software and have it launch each module for doing inventory forecasting, revenue, whatever. Connecting to spreadsheets and databases and all that stuff. That stuff's hard. Every company needs it, and no one's probably using AI, so I think it's probably a good idea that you build an AI tool for them, maybe. Fun times, man. I love talking about software. You can get so creative with it too. You know, that's what's cool about it. For me, I definitely want to have, if I'm going to write software for my own business, I would definitely write software that would run in the cloud, most likely. But that's not for every business, though. A lot of businesses still want to run stuff on the LAN and whatnot. So, but yeah, let me know if that helps, if that kind of makes sense. Yeah, and let me know in the comments too what you go with. What strategy are you going to go with? Yeah, I'm doing I got 2 projects that I'm using Cursor with, and yeah, they're going really good. I'm really enjoying them. I have a lot of fun with interacting with the AI agents or the AI models and all that. Sometimes it gets the code wrong, but most of the time it's pretty spot on. But let's see. Yeah, my day was kind of interesting. I decided to listen to that Supreme Court. Um, what is it called? Whatever it is, suit. That's the Trump administration versus, I think, a couple business owners on the tariffs. I was just fascinated by the arguments on both sides. And it's fun to kind of hear the justices and how smart they are. I mean, they're so articulated and they go into every single detail of these prior, rulings. And I just thought it was really fascinating and interesting. And they're definitely hard on these lawyers trying to justify their arguments. I just thought that was neat. I mean, they were kind of cooperating with each other. The justices were like, like Amy Comey Barrett would like say to, Brett Kavanaugh or the other one, like, oh, well, you had this question and why don't you ask this, thing to this lawyer or whatever. They were like just vibing in that room all together. And I thought that was kind of interesting, trying to get to the bottom if something was justified. It had everything, about it had to do with the tariffs, right? And the arguments were really about whether or not Trump has the power to increase taxes versus Congress. Because normally it's up to Congress if they're going to increase taxes. And of course, tariffs are a form of a tax. And so that was the real big argument. And they were trying to figure out if Congress is losing power. It was really almost about the debate between Congress, the legislative branch, and the executive branch. I thought that was interesting. And it almost had nothing to do with the plaintiffs' problems, because they don't want to pay the tariffs. It's a bunch of small businesses. So, oh, you're back? Yeah, no problem, Ant Dog. Yeah, let me know if you lost what I was saying about having a software wrapper regulate your modules, right? License your modules, if that's something that could help you. Have a software daemon that wraps around your software modules. I think that could be a way to go. You could license each one individually and make money that way. So, anyways, but yeah, the Supreme Court case was pretty interesting. And here's the funny thing. So I'm listening to it, right? And the defense on the government, the lawyer was just like, he was going in circles, kind of losing steam with the Supreme Court justices. And as that was happening, I'm watching Target stock, and it just pumps all of a sudden, like 3% it was like red on the day, and it goes up 3%. So I'm like, there are software that is listening to that court case in real time, processing the data and making real-time trades. I thought it was kind of interesting. Now, I don't know if it's right or wrong. I mean, who knows if the Supreme Court will side with the government, with Donald Trump, or not. I just thought that was kind of interesting. The fact that Target shot up 3%, which I have 10 contracts, covered calls on that. And so it affects me. So I was watching it because everything has to do with this China trade, in general. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, you can, Ant Dog, you can replay this live stream. I'll make sure it's posted on YouTube. It should go back up on YouTube. I'll leave it up there. But yeah, I was just saying that you were worried about modules for your software app. Build a daemon software. It could be a web app or a front-end GUI that manages each module. Maybe you got a module for inventory, for forecasting. Maybe you got a module for revenue, whatever, sales, and price each module. Say, hey, we charge, $20 a month for module A, $20 a month for module B. That might help you out. I've done that before too. I've had like a software daemon on a previous product that would manage multiple pieces of software running at the same time. So hopefully that helps you. I probably should maybe talk about software a little bit more. I mean, there are a lot of people interested in it. I'm no expert at every field of software. I've just done my projects here and there. Yeah, not relying on cloud or LLMs. Yeah, I definitely think you could definitely do that. You don't need to rely on the cloud or LLMs. I assume that you're probably going to want to run that software on somebody's PC in the company, right? In the organization you're trying to sell into, which doesn't need to have cloud. You just need to have probably some configuration as far as the databases you're going to connect to, I assume. I would assume you'd probably run like a web app for each module. You could probably run, an embedded web server that maybe does a reverse proxy to each module if you want each module to be its own web app. Maybe running on port 8080 or 8081 or something like that. Not sure about what architecture you're thinking of. Totally self-contained, essentially put it in a Docker container, I'm thinking. Yeah, Yeah, as long as your customers are comfortable running a Docker container, which I think most Windows machines come with default on, I believe. So that would work. I do like deploying with Docker. It's all self-contained. You don't have to worry about what's on the machine. That is a good way to deploy and keeping everything consistent because you never know what's on a Windows machine that's going to interfere with your software. Trying to adjust this light here. Maybe I need to get a phone light or something like an attachment for my phone. If I can do more, because it gets dark here in Michigan at like 5:30 p.m. I might do more live streams because I'm usually parked out here for 20, 30, half hour, 45 minutes. So what's the average price of hosting an API, if you don't mind me asking? Man, that's a loaded question. It depends on your customer's usage, how much volume you're going to get. You're going to get network ingress, egress, the traffic that Google Cloud would charge you. You're going to get, depending on the amount of I/O your computer is going to need to run, that could be kind of pricey. It all depends on what the app is doing, right? At the end of the day, I would say though, for simple APIs that don't have a lot of I/O bandwidth, like if you're just doing text LLMs, it's probably pretty minimal. But if you're transferring like images and videos, that could get pretty pricey, depending on the content that you're pushing around on your servers. Yeah, those the people who are doing um, monthly revenue APIs, they're who knows what they're pushing as far as costs are. But yeah, you could probably look into it. Ask AI. AI will tell you, right? So, but hopefully this info kind of helps a little bit. Yeah, pricing is hard to figure out with these cloud providers. I mean, it depends on your code language too. Like if you have a really efficient language that's not using a lot of I/O on a processor, then you're going to get a cheaper price, cheaper hosting in general. But network egress, you can't, depending on what you're sending up and pushing out, that's going to cost you, the networking costs. I appreciate the info. I'd love some tech career advice vids in the morning. They usually drop when I'm in the gym. It amps me up. My code is mostly Python. Okay, cool. Yeah, the AI the agent space for Google, you can create these agents and it's all done in Python. They're gonna send me a repo that you can clone to your machine and then build your own AI agents using Python. And I'm sure they have examples and probably just use AI to build the agent, right? Use AI for everything. But yeah, I wish I kind of had more experience with Python. I'm a Golang engineer, so I don't want to be selfish though in regards to your content. No, not at all, man. Like, look, I'm here to help anyone and everyone, and even people who don't code or don't do kind of career advice. Sometimes they like to just grab gold nuggets here and there. They may listen and they may grab one thing that they can take away and take advantage of. My channel, um, I've come to the realization I'm not looking to get big and go mega viral. Um, I'm doing things that I think would help my kids, my audience, and just be helpful in general. That's just what I'm doing, and I enjoy making new friends too online. I think it's great. Um, yeah, I'm all about just doing a variety of things. You've seen, I mean, if you've looked at my my channel, it's got all sorts of stuff. I got the AI drop I'm doing on Wednesdays. Thursdays I kind of do story time. Fridays I do the Friday ticker. I'm all about just doing a variety of content. I took a Harvard Business School AI fundamentals course, and it's all Python. It's free on EDX until 12/31. Yeah, there was another YouTuber I watched a video on, and I did a take on her video, and she mentioned that Harvard has these free courses on AI. Harvard, and there was a couple other ones out there, but those are some good resources. I think people should look into that more often if they want to, stay abreast with this AI revolution, because it's laying off people left and right, and you want to be part of the group that can actually go and find that next job, because there's tons of small businesses out there that that aren't going to have AI expertise, and you can probably sell yourself on knowing these AI agents to go say, hey, I know XYZ. I can build you guys some agents and improve the efficiency in your business. Maybe it's a, carpet installation business, or maybe it's a dance studio business. Like I'm waiting here for my daughter at dance, et cetera, et cetera. I think there's just tons of small businesses that aren't in this AI space that are going to need help competing in that space. So, I think that any sort of AI education is worth your time at this point. So, but anyways, I'm gonna end this live stream here, and I appreciate everyone that showed up, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. And yeah, I'll try to do some more videos talking business and AI, maybe a little coding. I think I should do a little bit of that. I think it's a good, valuable skill to still have. And we'll start with the basics and kind of how a cursor works and stuff like that. So anyways, I appreciate everyone's time, and everyone have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Now, how do I end this thing? There we go. Later, guys.